Hey guys, what is up? It's me, Lori from Tiori, and welcome back to another episode of Locked Heart. So let's get this thing started. Now we have to find the choice between tickling him and telling a joke. And of course, I think we should tickle him, because Dion did this before and hopefully he'll smile. Before I can make a decision, Dion gave me an impatient shove and sent me stumbling towards Royal. An idea suddenly came to me as I tottered around. I reached out towards Royal's side, trying to tickle him as Dion did to me earlier. Yeah! Instead of laughing, Royal went broad stiff, letting out a gasp. He twisted back towards me with his face scrunched in surprise. To my disappointment, no smile greeted me. What do you think you're doing? I'm tickling you, I murmured incoherently, my fingers still bent in a tickling pose on his ribcage. And where do you think you're touching, you perverted girl? It was my turn to freeze. I glanced down at my hands and immediately scampered backwards. Whoa, I didn't touch any. I was tickling you, you idiot. Royal turned back towards me, eyebrows quirked in a perfect arch. Really? It seems like sexual harassment to me. My plan had failed. Royal wasn't smiling, but his expression had my heart beating unbearably fast. There was a familiar teasing glint in his eyes. It's not. Dion sauntered up from behind and snug an arm over my shoulders. He was shaking with laughter. See, Aura, seems like you need practice. How about trying your tickling techniques on me instead? Eh? I stared at Dion with wide eyes, not sure if I heard him right. I guess why not? We need practice. Before I could think of the answer, though, I felt a hand ran over mine. Like hell she should. I flinched, surprised by the volume of Royal's voice. He shot a glance at me. Let's go. Wait, I need to practice. Not waiting for a reply, Royal held onto my hand and dragged me down the hall, not waiting for him. I glanced back just in time to see Dion give us a small wave. We stumbled down another hall before I looked back at Royal with concern. Royal, where are we going? We turned into a third hallway before Royal stopped and faced me. If he touches you even a single strand of hair, I'll make him pay. I froze at Royal's sudden and unexpected comment. As my brain registered his words, a blush spread over my cheeks. Still soaking, Royal pulled my hand closer. If he ever does something stupid again, come tell me, understood? Are you worried about me? What? This coming from Royal? There was a small moment of silence before Royal flushed a dark red, as if the logical interpretation of his words finally hit him. No, I'm not. Well, your blushed face doesn't say the opposite? I couldn't stop smiling, my smile from spreading. Despite the usual gruffiness in his voice, there was a tenderness in his expression that caused my heart to beat faster. I'm so glad. I thought you hated me. I could never hate you. My eyes widened. I couldn't believe what I heard him whisper. What? Nothing. He cleared his throat and glanced down, his face red all the way to his ears. As if noticing for the first time that my hand was in his, Royal quickly let go and made a performance of adjusting his gloves. My heart, however, will never forget the words he had spoken. Now, care to explain what that was about? I hesitated at first, feeling uncomfortable or uncertain, I don't know. However, I knew Royal wouldn't just let the topic drop, so I gathered all my courage and tried to answer. Well, everyone seems happy now that you're human again, but you're still so sad. You should be happy that the curse is almost broken. I know that we can break it completely, we just need to have faith. Royal lifted his hand to interpret me and spoke in a chilling voice. This isn't your concern, so stop sticking your nose to where it doesn't belong. I'm sorry I'm in this curse. My nose really does belong here. Stung, I looked down at the floor. I knew the topic was so sensitive to him, but I hadn't expected him to shut me out so fast. But I just wanted to see you smile, Royal. Royal flinched. I glanced up and saw his reserved expression shift to a confused half-smile, half-pout. His blush seemed to be trickling back, too. So that was what it was about. I sighed, toeing to the ground with my right foot. I tried, okay? Royal sighed back in response. He looked exasperated and unapproachable, the patch on his barrier that had penetrated regenerating again. Not again! Why, Royal? Just give it up, girl. You won't gain anything from doing this. But you will. His frown didn't disappear, but my reply seemed to get through to him. His eyes widened and his brow wrinkled in confusion. I could see that he was trying to figure out my motive. I gave him a small smile. You'll be happier if you smile. Did you know that frowning uses more muscles than smiling? Not to mention all the wrinkles that will develop if you keep... Royal shushed me, rubbing his temples with one hand. Why do you want me to smile so badly anyways? Because I want you to... What? Don't say that, Aura. What? No. Because I wanted you to stop feeling guilty over what happened. This is the part where you don't say that and you confess. Realizing what I just said, I slapped my hands over my mouth. But it was too late. The words had already escaped. Why? Aura! You eavesdropped on me? I froze when his arm shot forward, his body trapping me to the wall. I hadn't seen such intensity in his eyes before. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. He punched the wall. It did not land anywhere near me, but for the first time, I was truly scared of him. How irritating. I've been trying my best to tolerate your idiotic behavior, but it seems my patience has run out. We were better off isolated from the rest of the world, but now everything is complicated because of you. The low growl in his voice was frightening, matching the cold fury in his eyes. His words stung as though he had stuck a knife in my chest. You've brought nothing but trouble for us. I tried to stay calm, but his words were so hurtful. All this time, I hadn't thought Royal saw me as someone unpleasant. Suddenly, I doubted the rare kindness he did show me. Tears blurred my vision. But what truly irks me is the most is your opinion. Stop acting like everything will be solved by believing. Blinking back my tears, I lifted my head and challenged Royal with the toughest expression I could manage. Anything can happen from believing, Royal. This is an Otome game you're talking about. Oh, whoops. Okay. But deep down, all I wanted to do was curl up into a ball and cry. It wasn't a bad thing to wish for happiness for him and everyone else, and I wasn't going to apologize for it. You said that believing won't solve anything. Yet, you still believe in gold, that gold will one day turn into human, don't you? Royal flinched, gray eyes wide as I revealed his true feelings. I knew Royal wanted to be optimistic as I was, but he was too afraid of disappointment. I know that you're always going to her room and waiting for her return. But you know what? You're not the only person who's waiting for her. Sol, Dion, Lily, and Miss Maria are too. Royal bit his lips, contemplating his reasons. I didn't wait for him to speak. We're all powerless against this curse, but No, we still continue to believe that one day everything will turn back to normal. Royal didn't speak. He only stared at me with his cold, hesitant eyes. Soon the contour of his face blurred completely, and I realized that the tears I'd been trying to hold back were flowing down my cheeks. Oh, I have to stop crying. No matter how hard I willed them to stop, the tears continued as more words tumbled out of my mouth. Do you know how hard it is to wait for someone who will never come back? For me, it was my father, then my mother. She left me during the time I needed her the most. Do you know how long I waited for her to return? Stop it, Aura! Don't make me cry! Oh, again! How long I've deceived myself, hoping that one day she has gone somewhere far away and would return to me once again? Except she never came back. But there's still hope that Gold will turn back. That's why. I choked on my words, sobbing. All the feelings I had locked inside were spilling out. I had been struggling so hard to pretend that I was strong, that I could move on without her, but I was wrong. I stumbled in surprise when Royal suddenly pulled me against him, his arms wrapping around me. Shh. I'm sorry. He squeezed me tighter. I'm sorry, you aren't the one in fault. I was mad at you for no reason. The truth is, I have been angry at myself since the curse began. I closed my eyes, enveloped in his warmth. I cried even harder. Oh, that's so sad, but so cute. Eventually, I pulled away so I could look him into the eyes. You always have such a gloomy aura, as if you carry all the weight in the world. I don't know the burden you're carrying, but remember that you're not alone. You can lean on others every once in a while, too, you know. That's what we're here for. Royal looked deep into my eyes. His pain expression was filled with shame and regret. How could I do that when the curse is my fault? My jaw dropped at his confession. I'm pretty sure it's not his fault. Royal, what are you? Just when I thought that Royal had finally lowered his defenses and decided to confide in me, his expression stiffened, now rigid and cold. It was as though he reverted back to his old self. Sorry, I need to clear my head for a bit. With that, he turned to leave, not giving me a chance to respond. I stayed where I was, staring at Royal's retreating figure, my mind whirled, still confused by his admission. What did he mean by that? I couldn't sleep that night. Royal's words kept replaying in my head. The curse was my fault. I had thought the reason he kept on apologizing to Gold was because he had broken their childhood promise that he would always protect her. But he seemed to think the curse was cast because of him. But how is that possible? They were cursed by the toy maker because of her father's wickedness. If that were the case, where did Royal come into the picture? I shut my eyes and tried to come up with the answers, but no matter how hard I thought, nothing made sense. Not to mention, the thinking was too hard. It was making my head hurt. Wait a minute. Am I imagining things, or is that the heavy scent of pine? I could have sworn I closed the windows earlier. I opened and gasped when I realized I wasn't in my room anymore. Instead, I was standing outside the mansion. The orange sky was slowly blending into purple in the light of the setting sun. How on earth did I get here? Is this a dream? This is the day everything started. And with that cliffhanger, I'm gonna stop this. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you click that like button and subscribe to my channel, and maybe comment down below. See you guys soon. Bye!